Everything that runs in Jesus now runs in you. And you regain the position of authority that the second Adam had. When Jesus came as the second Adam, he operated under the Adamic rule and Adamic authority. He wasn't operating under the authority of God. Because you see, Genesis chapter 1, verse 26, if we can go back to the very mind of God, he says, let us create man in our own image and likeness. And he says, let them. So God removes himself from the authority of us. He says, let them, let man have dominion over the earth. So Jesus had to come as the second Adam. And everything he did on earth, he operated under that authority. And that's why we see he had dominion over the fish of the sea. One time he comes, meets Peter. Peter is in the boat. They've been trying to catch fish the whole night, but they hadn't caught anything. After Jesus had ministered at the shore, he gets into Peter's boat and tells him, move the boat a little bit deeper into the sea, and he does. And he tells them, cast the net into the other side. And Peter does. And the Bible tells us that the fish, the catch was so heavy that the nets were breaking, to a point whereby Peter had to call in John and James, who I believe were probably business partners, to come and help and haul in the catch. Jesus was operating in his dominion as the second Adam, using the Adamic authority that had been given to Adam. Then we see him exercising authority over a tree. He speaks to the tree and tells the tree, from this time, because I couldn't get fruit on you, from this time, let no man ever eat of you again. And immediately later on in the morning, it is Peter who notices that the tree has dried up from the roots. It has dried up from the roots. And we see Jesus exercising again authority over the elements of the earth. He comes walking over the sea. He's walking on the sea. And at one time, the disciples and Jesus are in a boat, and there's a storm. Jesus is sleeping at the back of the boat. He had a pillow there and he was asleep. And the storm beat upon this boat so hard that it gets to a point whereby water is coming in, and it looked to the disciples as though the boat was going to sink. And they wake him up. They tell him, Master, don't you care that we perish? And Jesus stands up, moves to the front of the boat, and he speaks to the elements. He tells the sea, peace, be still. And the sea is still. The wind stopped. And the disciples are shocked. And they ask, what manner of man is this?